The power of the dark side.
Once again, we're working on a Samsung 64-inch f8500 plasma television, removing the Y sustain board, as we have no picture but we have sound. So we're about to remove the board, and this particular ribbon cable, I didn't want to mess it up, so it took me a while to actually figure out what to do. So anyway, got to take your fingernail and work it up underneath the black part between this black piece of plastic and the ribbon cable, and then pull right towards the camera. See how it popped up like that? It's got a little, it's like it's on a hinge and it pops backward like the hood of a car. So that's it. Alright. So everything that should take 1 second takes 20 minutes, it seems like. On the internet, everyone would make it appear as though when you remove the screws from your Y sustain board, that thing just falls away from these connectors here. It's like everyone on YouTube it says, alright, take the screws out, and then next thing you know, the board's out. Just like my video, the board is already out. Why? Because I tried 4 or 5 times to get it off, and then I figured, well, there must be a tab that I am not seeing here because it's so hard to remove. And the answer is there is no tab on these connectors. You just basically have to grab the board from both the top and the bottom, sort of like this. And then basically just sit here and put pressure on the top, pulling away, and then pressure on the bottom, pulling it away, and then on the top, pulling it away. And when it finally gave way, I hit my finger right on this thing, and because it gave way pretty hard, and I cut my hand right there. So it's like everybody on YouTube makes it appear as though taking the Y sustain board off this buffer board is really easy. And I believe it's been the hardest part of the entire process so far. So be careful with this, because it feels like when you're moving it that these are going to just break off of that board. And of course online everybody recommends, if you're going to put in a new board, put in new buffer boards as well. But of course everybody is replacing these with new parts, and I'm going to fix this. So in my opinion, if you're just going to fix the Y board and you're going to then there's no real reason to replace these. Those will be expensive to buy new. You can buy them off eBay, but they'll be coming from another television just like this, so there's no reason to do that. So I'm hoping to get away for an $80 repair, but we'll see what happens. So a little bit closer. Alright, here we are. We have received our Y board back from the repair guy. I don't have it with me at this time. I'll bring it in shortly. Here's the television that we're repairing. So now we need to clean the dust out of the TV before we reinstall the board. So we're just going to use a shop vac and a little duster thing like that. So that's it. See how it works. Alright. So here is the board. Okay. Now, will that board be as hard to install as it was to remove? I'm not sure if I actually videotaped, because I had trouble removing the board. I'm not sure if I got on videotape the part where I actually pulled the board off of the plugs here. Because boy, you had to pull it so hard that it felt like it was going to break. So, will the reinstall be that difficult? And then, can't forget that we'll have to reinstall that ribbon cable there. Not quite there yet. Now that would appear to at least have it there. So we'll just, although it, I believe it could be in a little bit better. So, yeah, it still needs to be seated in better. There we go. That's a little more like that. And just for safety, I'll go ahead and put that screw in loosely there. Alright. I believe it can still be seated in a little better. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. All right. I didn't lay these bolts out in any particular pattern, which would mean to me that they're all the same length. Should be. Looks like they are. And need a magnetic Really need a magnetic screwdriver to do this, because this is not, apparently. It'd be easy to lose a screw down behind the board or somewhere. So we're going to tighten it down a little bit more. There are lock washers on these, so you don't have to tighten it down too much. That's the one right there. And then one right there. So it would appear that we have the board installed. Okay. Get them all. Right. Now we got that. Is this ribbon cable. I don't believe you have to force that at all. Just have to, I could zoom in there, but looks like it just seats in there, just like that. And this little black tab clips right down on it. There it is. I may tape these, retape these down. So we got this one, which obviously connects the Y board to the X board. That would be the X board if you're having a problem with that. Alright, so it would actually appear that that was not that difficult. So the dust has been cleaned, the board has been installed, both ribbon cables installed. It would appear to me that we could actually try to turn it on. Let's see. Just don't want to make any mistakes. This is a plasma television, and therefore it is high voltage. Apparently, if you screwed up here, you could hurt yourself pretty good. So we're just going to plug the panel in, not touch anything other than the on button, and see what happens. So let's do it. Alright. Oh, I see some action. I hear something, which with this TV you typically do hear something. Alright, now let's just see if we can't maybe. Alright, this is the power button here. So if I can get the camera situated, we're gonna see if we can, we're gonna see me hit the power button. First of all, we have a green blinking light here. I do not know what that means. And you can hear the energy running through this thing. So here we go. This television has not responded to the power button in quite some time. So let's see what happens. Alright, I'm believing that it's not coming on, so I'm gonna have to turn the camera off and then see what's going on. Alright, well there we have the Samsung 64 f8500 back on the wall. Here we have a remote control. You see here the television is in the off position indicated by the red light at the bottom left of the television. So here we go. So there you have it. Successful repair on the plasma television. And what I think is most interesting is I thought for sure once I got it fixed I would probably just keep the 70-inch 4K HDR TV that I had replaced it with. However, I watched a couple of movies, one in 4K HDR and then one just regular 1080p on this plasma TV. I found it incredible that this television's picture quality was still superior. So I've decided to keep this one for the time. So anyway, that's it. Repair successful. Thanks for watching.